sure we've all seen the flashy AI agent demos online, but when you actually install OpenClaw on your machine, it actually feels kind of dumb and it forgets what you told it yesterday and it just keeps repeating the same mistakes and it has zero access to the outside world. So today I'm going to show you the exact 3 tools you need to install to fix that, to turn your OpenClaw from a basic chatbot into a autonomous worker. Now we're going to install a package manager so your agent can learn from its mistakes, and it's going to upgrade its brain with a hybrid search memory and give it a dedicated email inbox so it can work whilst you sleep. I'm not just going to list them, I'm going to give you the actual system architecture and the exact glue prompts to make these 3 tools work flawlessly together. So let's build your foundation. So the first tool we're going to talk about is ClawHub. So just think of this tool as the app store for OpenClaw. But instead of installing and moving on, we're going to use it to install our first critical skill, which is the most popular here, and it is called the self-improving agent. So without this, when your agent hits an error, it might fix it in the moment, but it will make the exact same mistake tomorrow. So hence why we're going to use this skill here. Now, if you do not have ClawHub installed, just head over to the documentation, and what we'll do is we'll just copy this command here, npm i-j ClawHub, and then we'll head over to our terminal. So if you're on a Mac, you'll be using a terminal. If you're on Windows, you'll just be using the command prompt. So just head over to the search bar and search for either of those. Now, once we're in the terminal here, we can just paste in that command, and we'll just press enter to install ClawHub. So this will essentially allow us to pull in those skills from ClawHub and then update our OpenClaw instance. So in order to install a skill with ClawHub, what we have to do is we just select the specific skill, then we can scroll down and you'll see here there is a installation guide here. We'll just copy this command here and then paste it inside our terminal or command prompt, depending on what machine you're using, and then just click enter. Now you can see here it's downloading that skill because we installed ClawHub before, and it looks like it's installed in our OpenClaw workspace. Obviously this will have your workspace name, and now we have that skill ready to go and we can use it with our agent. Okay, now let's head over to the OpenClaw interface. So make sure that your instance is actually up and running. And what we're going to do is we're just going to check that our OpenClaw instance has access to that specific skill. So we'll just go ahead down here and click on skills, and then we'll just click on workspace skills, and there we go. We have our self-improvement skill, which is available to be used. And because essentially what we've done is we installed it into our workspace directory, which this instance has access to. So now it is ready to be used whenever. Now I do have to mention about the security side of this, because ClawHub essentially in the early days was used by bad actors. So essentially these bad actors were uploading malicious skills, and when you would then use that skill on your local device, it would then install malware, and also it might do things like fetch your API keys and steal them, or credentials. So now there are a few ways of preventing this, and the first one is every single skill on ClawHub here will have essentially like a security score here. VirusTotal has recognized this skill as benign, and so has OpenClaw, and there's high confidence. So it's highly likely that there's no malware installed within this specific skill. And yeah, you just want to make sure that you always check these 2 security checks before you're going to install a skill. Now, just because I want you to really prioritize security when it comes to using OpenClaw, what I've done is I've got a prompt here that I'm going to share with you if you check out the description below. And essentially what this prompt is designed to do is to scan skills in your existing workspace. It's going to check all edge cases and check for malware. And you can just run this inside the OpenClaw interface here. Now all you have to do is here, you're just going to replace the skill name here. Replace it with whatever skill you want to use or upload, and then just run this prompt in the OpenClaw interface here. And then what it will do is it will output a detailed report here. So you can see here it's scanned the skill we just uploaded and it's passed, so there's no high severity findings, although there were low to medium findings summarized below, but we can just ignore this. And this skill looks good to go. It looks like we can use it and there's no major security flaws. So yeah, you can just grab this prompt below in the YouTube description, and yeah, just make sure that you run it for every new skill that you upload and that you're also checking the security scans done here on ClawHub. Okay, so now that our agent is actually learning, it needs a place to store those memories without bloating its context window and costing you a fortune in API costs. So that brings us to QMD. So by default, OpenClaw relies on simple SQLite keyword searches, but QMD, which stands for Query Markdown Document, is an experimental local first search sidecar that upgrades OpenClaw to a hybrid search. So hybrid search is essentially the holy grail for AI memory, and it combines vector search with BM25 keyword search, which is perfect for finding exact needle in a haystack data like commit hashes or specific error codes. Now, there are a few steps required to install QMD, but don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it right now, step by step. And also in the description, I've included that same guide for you to use, but don't worry, I'm going to be doing it right now. So the first thing to do is we want to install SQLite, and we can do that by running brew install SQLite in the command line here. Now, if you're on a Windows or Linux machine, it's likely that you already have SQLite already installed. Now keep in mind, to install it, I did use Homebrew. And if you do not have Homebrew installed, all you have to do is go over to brew.sh, and what you'll then do is you'll copy this command right here and run it in your terminal. Once you've done that, you'll install Homebrew, and then you can just run brew install SQLite. Now the second thing we're going to do is we're just going to go over to bun.sh, and then we'll copy this command here. Now if you're on Windows, just click Windows here. For Linux and Mac OS users, just use this command. Paste it in your terminal, then click enter, and we'll just wait for that to install. Now that that's installed successfully, we'll just go ahead and install the QMD tool by using this command. And don't worry, it's in the document that I've shared below in the description, and then we'll just run it. Okay, so now that QMD is installed, what we're going to do next is update our OpenClaw configuration file. So let's just go ahead and do that now. So our config file is here in config, and we can just go ahead and click raw. So we're in our raw config file, and what we'll do right now is, if it doesn't already appear like this, what you can do is you can just paste in this little snippet here under plugins, and then this will just enable the backend to use QMD for our memory. And I've included this in the prompt in the YouTube description below. Now what we'll do after this is we'll just click on save. Okay, so now our agent learns from its mistakes and has a flawless memory. Now we need to connect it to the outside world using AgentMail. So if you try to hand your agent a standard Gmail account, Google will eventually flag it, ban it, and break your workflow. Plus, sharing your inbox exposes your agent to severe prompt injection risks. So AgentMail is purpose-built for AI. So let's just head over to ClawHub. And then what we can do is we can just follow the quick start guide here, and we'll just go over to AgentMail.to, and then we'll just go ahead over to API keys here in the left sidebar, and then we'll just create an API key. We're just going to call it OpenClaw tutorial, and then click on create API key. I will be deleting this API key straight after this video, so we'll just copy this API key and save it somewhere. So to install AgentMail, we have to run these two commands in the terminal: pipx install AgentMail and pipx install python.env. Okay, so what we're going to do is, once we're in our raw configuration file, you'll notice at the very bottom there's a skills key. What we're going to do is we're just going to select this and then paste in this code snippet here. And this is also in the description below. Now you'll see here that it says to replace your API key here, which is the API key that we got from AgentMail when you signed up on AgentMail with a new account. So if you just go ahead and insert your API key here. Now AgentMail will give your AI a public email address, so anyone who knows the address can send messages to your agent. So without an allow list, a stranger could email your agent and trick it into doing dangerous things. Hence why we need to create an allow list script to prevent this. So what we'll do is we'll just go over to the OpenClaw interface and paste in this command, which is also in the description, and then just click enter. Now to verify that it's actually created the script, I'm just going to head back into the terminal and then run this command cat, and then we're going to cat our script that we just created, and if we click enter, here we go. It's this is all the code that OpenClaw just generated right now. So we know this script exists and it can be used. And lastly, we'll just go ahead and restart our agent. So once connected, you can use the agent to send, receive, and maintain multi-threaded email conversations. However, the real power is in webhooks and OTP extraction. So by setting up a webhook endpoint, AgentMail pushes these new emails to your agent instantly. So for example, if I fall asleep here in Turkey and my agent can still trigger a sign-up flow for a new software tool, I then receive the verification email and I automatically can use a regular expression to extract the OTP code. Now I do want to keep in mind that I do prioritize security, and it is important that you set up these systems in a secure environment. And if you do want to skip the trial and error, I have put together a free secure setup checklist in the description, so you can go ahead and grab that if you want. And also feel free to join our OpenClaw school community. The link is in the description just below. Now feel free to drop a comment and let me know what is the first task you're going to automate now that your agent has its own email address. Now I've seen too many people spend a lot of money on Mac Minis to set up their OpenClaw architecture. So if you want to know about cheaper alternatives, then make sure to check out this video here. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.